Hello, hello, my crafty friends. It's Thursday, which is like really hard for me to believe. I am really not sure where this week went, and I've been confused. I've just been confused because we didn't have Monday, and then yesterday we spent driving to get the new car, and so my work week is like totally messed up. But we're here to have a little crafty fun, right? And let's see, this is being a little cranky right now. I am in one place but not another. Well, let's go in and out. This is why we come on early. Let's see if I come up now. It says I'm live. Lordy, lordy. All right. Well, it says it cannot share on the computer, so we'll just do it this way. There we go. Let's see, say hi when you show up. I'm not totally sure why everybody's gone. Keep that up. Whew. This is somewhat interesting that I cannot find myself. Well, it's saying it can't play it. So I'm hoping that you guys are around. Hey, Barbara. So at least the iPad is working. This is a plus. Barbara, you'll get to see some more cards. Yay for you, right? You know, they sent me back your envelope. You and Susan's, both. Your envelopes came back. Let me show you. This is like absolutely crazy that this happened. I wasn't sure I was going to show up on here because my computer says I don't exist right now. But look at that. They want 77 more cents for this. So I'm going to add your card and redo this. Can't believe it. Silly people. Silly sillies. Anyway, I have still some more of these cards to make before I block up everything. So I wanted to show you guys the paper pumpkin stuff that actually Barbara and I were working on. And I still have a few more cards, so we want to make them. First thing I want to tell you, though, is the virtual album retreat went on sale, and it is going fast. I thought this was really interesting. Somebody shared another virtual album retreat, so everything's online, and it was $150 more, so it was a total of $400 for the pre-cut, the layout projects, and all of that fun stuff. This is $250. You get 3 days of teaching, 8 hours per day, so that's 24 hours of instruction, in addition to having all of these pages pre-cut and exclusive papers, dies, embellishments, etc., etc. Hey, Di. So if you are looking for a fun way to scrapbook, to learn new techniques, because Karen does keep us on the cutting edge of scrapbook technology. How's that for you? Not really crafty technology as far as different techniques and that. And like I said, everything's pre-cut. So you're going to learn things and then you're going to put things together. You will also have them re-recorded, and then they're going to load them into YouTube like I do, and that'll be a private link, so you always have access to these in case you can't make it, like I can't make a bunch of it because I have to work. I assume other people have to work too. We're at the end of May, you guys, which means our starter, they were good. Did you use your Pampered Chef pans, Di? Starter kit special is going away in just a little bit more, a couple more days. So the 31st, and today is the 29th, which is, I don't know where May went, but anyway. So know that this is a great deal, $169 a product for $99. And you get 20% off your product that you order. You also get the Stampin' Rewards, so that's nice. So you get 10% back, just like our customers do, but you get the discount, unless you're on strike. I'm not on strike. I'm not on strike, I promise. So there is that piece of it. Just a reminder, we have a ton of stuff that is live, and we're going to look at some of these today. We're going to use some of the products today. But this sheet, I just want to remind everybody, I'm trying to load these up into Facebook, into the group. And if you go to files, you can download this and you can mark off what you get. And so you don't end up like double buying something. So, oh, you didn't buy them. You just bought, you keep forgetting you have them. I was going to say you just bought them for Sarah Grace, for her. And then, of course, we have our Swinging Tent Workshop, which class, Stamp It Your Way. So please make sure you have the stamps or picked out stamps that you want to work that will work with this paper. I plan to try and get these kits out to people as soon as possible. I'm trying to sneak ahead and pull reports while there's information, accurate or not. Actually, I have to cut more of these kits, so that was very popular. I hope we have a nice turnout for class. So let's talk about Paper Pumpkin and Mountain Majesty, or Mountain something or the other. I don't know if they told us. Tell us the name of this. Mountains, for sure. And Di and crew, I will get your cards out to you guys now that I've photographed them all. So they call it Mountain Majesties, so I was right. And this is a takeoff from Mountain Majesties, meaning that these are alternatives, and I was calling them Paper Pumpkin Pizzazz, but I'm going to just call them Paper Pumpkin Alternatives because that is the going name. We have these 3 cards that you can create following the directions. These 3 cards are going out in the mail now that I have taken pictures of them. And then I wanted to share some other cards that I made. So this is a Father's Day card. This is actually for Jeff. And it is an easel card, and I worked to line up to match the paper so it looks like it's flowing down onto the easel, or onto the bottom part of the easel. And then I took an older, I think retired Stampin' Up stamp, and this is actually a daughter and a son. I cut the son off because we don't have any boys. Oh, it's in reference to me. Got it. I am not on strike. Some days I feel like it, but not really. Because this is my part-time job, and I love it. This is a Z-fold, but I took the piece that would go on top of that as you were layering it, and I just put it on entirely over the front. So might not have needed to do that, but I still think it looks kind of cool when you open it all the way up. And I put the sentiment on the inside of the card instead, and I popped up my trees and lots of little birds. And these are the gray pearls. Actually, trying to sort out the ones we did. Oh, this piece right here, the little boat in the lake, that is from Sunset Sailing. So that, it's really a neat stamp. Okay, then we made these 2 cards, the same thing here, and we did some masking, did some direct to paper so that we created the sun and the little orange around the sun like it's going down in a sunset. used the Scenic Adventures, which is part of the online exclusive release. Love it. Somebody, Barbara, took this mountain and they cut it out in white and they made snow caps on the mountain, which in my area is a very real thing because our big mountains have snow until some of them all year round. So I need to remember to do that. We have this card, beautiful, simple, celebrating you today. Happy Father's Day. I needed a couple of Father's Day cards, so I definitely utilized this and a couple other stamp sets to create Father's Day cards. This is just a thinking of you card, more masculine, and it just says you mean the world to me. And another one with the trees and the deer and the layers. A couple different layers in there. I don't know if you can see that. Just taking the pieces from our kit that you punched out, and I layered them up. Cut the little deer. Now somebody has a deer, I don't have it, but somebody has a deer that looks like it's grazing, or little head is going up towards the branches and looks like it's eating. That is really super cute, but I don't have that one. So sometimes you need to know that someone cares, and that someone is me. And just simple, lots of room to write in there to somebody. So those are the cards that we haven't done yet, which is what we're going to work on. Here are the stamp sets that I did use that I'm going to move out of the way. I used beside me. This is the father celebrating today. Happy Father's Day. Hi, Dina. Hi, Suzanne. This is encircled in nature. Pine trees. This is grassy grove, so my deer does not look like the other cute deer. This is He's the Greater. This is part of the online release, as is Scenic Adventures. So those were just released in May. And then Peaceful Evergreens. Didn't that come from, I don't have this one labeled. This is one of the ones that was out last fall for like Christmas, and I want to say I thought it went with one of the Christmas papers, I'm pretty sure. And then In the Grove was another one that I had, and I think that's where I got my mountains came from. Never mind, there are more mountains and more trees in here that you can utilize. I actually didn't use anything on that. So just know that there are a lot of stamp sets, if you've been around Stampin' Up! For a while and gotten any nature ones, that you can turn around and utilize for making alternative cards. And my goal is always to try and make one layout every month from a paper pumpkin kit. And I actually needed to get 2 of them because I keep forgetting to do it or something like that. So this is what I did. I cut my crickets out, print and cut, in love with print and cut and offset. The mountains are calling and I must go. And then I used the card bases, the full card bases, and then I cut it in half here, but I didn't want to lose the background. And then this card base, I pulled off the layers so that I extended it further down the page. Lots of pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All 6 of these shapes, if you will, sizes, have flip-flaps. So you can really stack the pictures on this if you wanted to, and it will still keep it pretty thin. Even with a little dimension in there, it's thin and will lay flat. I was telling Barbara that I like to embellish, but I also like to make sure that my embellishments and that don't cross over on pictures. So if you look at how I've done that, but trying to protect the pictures. Okay, so I maybe add some flip-flaps to this. But here in the Pacific Northwest, we can definitely add pictures to this. Oh, I forgot to share this card. This card is fun because this is one we made on Saturday. But this is an envelope made into a card. And so you would need to use a 5x7 envelope or a 6x6 to mail this off because it's an envelope and it won't fit into the envelope. But if you were hand delivering this, this would be great for like a graduate to leave a, a note to them, or maybe even a wedding card with some best wishes to the new couple, things that you know, advice when we have that kind of deal. Not necessarily to do a sailboat on that, but the concept of making this into a card and being able to put an actual full letter in that, and maybe gift cards for that. So we made that. All right, let's take a look at what we've got card-wise. See what we got to get done. See what we'll give away. All right, so this is my gray card. All right, let's see. And this is what we have for the gray card. Hi, Regina, how are you? Welcome, welcome, everybody. So I have cut this one down. Make sure I cut that down. So let's put our inside on and then our front. And this is a completely different design. This card was designed just to have a bunch of layers on it. And I have taken it and made it stand alone and added trees that were on this card. Little rearrangement here. Need that out of the way. So how has everybody's week been? I'm lost this week. It's I don't know, the Monday off really threw me out of whack. We were able to find a new to us sequoia to replace the one that got munched and totaled. So that's good and taken care of, which I'm grateful for. Now this one, I did something a little different. I ran that edge all the way up to that, just to do something different. And just wanted to see if I thought, and I don't think it looks bad to have this go, just kind of like the pages I did. Instead of having the border around this all the way around, I simply went right up to the edge with both sides, but left the border all the way around the outside of the two pages. Okay, we have some stamping we need to do. We're going to put celebrating today. Maybe. And I did, on the advice of Jennifer, buy this ink pad. Where is that stamp? Oh, brother. I've lost the stamp, you guys. I know, nothing new. I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached, so I don't know what set that came from, though. Let me see if I unblocked it. I was like trying to not block stamps up till I got everything. Yep. Here it is. And one of the things I shared with Barbara over yesterday when we were doing our class, because I taught paper pumpkin party yesterday, was this new masking paper that I'm absolutely in love with. So we're going to put our celebrating today right in the middle of the sun, up and down. Nice crisp black that does not bleed. So I am super excited about that. This is the VersaFine Claire Nocturne. Got it off of Amazon. It is not, you know, I don't make anything if you go to Amazon and get it, but I've just been looking for the perfect black, and that one, whoops, I need it still, for my birds. I just always struggle with birds, or with getting a good crisp black. And our birds are just kind of going to float along. Okay. And, wait, did I do anything on the inside? I do think I did, like a Father's Day. Because I'm going to send this to you, and you may not need a Father's Day card, I am not going to stamp the inside on that. Oh, I bet that I screwed this up. And so I'm going to take this little strip that I cut off, and I'm going to add it to the inside just for a little pick-me-up kind of thing, you know. Get our scissors out here. This is a way to use your scraps. This is probably 1/8 of an inch. Might be a little more, might be a little less. Definitely smaller than 1/4 of an inch. And I'm just going to run that down. And it kind of pulls in the exterior of the card, you know. Mix it a little bit. A little bit glue here I don't want. There we go. So we'll leave that blank. We're going to add our top of the card. And put this on. And I'm not going to use this because I don't know where my other marker went. And I like to like go around, skip over the stamping, and I just think it makes it, I don't know, draws your eye to things. So how's your week been, Di? And Sue, I know Barbara's been working today. Do you guys have better weather today in Maryland than you did yesterday? Today we had all rain and cold. Whew. Talk about crazy. You had rain again today. I needed to go for a walk today and I haven't, so thank goodness it's cool, and when I get done here I can go take a walk, get my steps in. You fell on Saturday, sliced your knee open. Yeah, I bet that wasn't what you were saying when you fell, Di-Di. I know you. But I bet that hurt. You and Sarah Grace can be matching little people. Okay, I grabbed a bunch of jewels out of here that I have. And I had these leftover embellishments that may end up showing up in the last chance. Things go out of style. And they are in colors for 20. They're the ones that just retired, 23, 25. And this is one of the colors that I miss a lot, which is this gray pebble path or something like that. Anyway, I really liked it. There we go. Well, hello, Miss. Nice day. Nice. We got the rain today and the cold today. So here is one of the cards we'll give away. But this, you don't cuss our children around. Wow. Well, good for you, Di. I know that took a lot for you to not do that. Let's grab our next paper pumpkin alternative. Now we're going to do, this is the one that goes into that pile. We're going to do Thinking of You. And again, we're going to use this very pretty soft colored paper. I need my inside of my cards. Here's my scrap bucket. I hear my dog's barking outside. Thank you. I really enjoy my paper pumpkin. And actually, I want to check something out really quick because this has the moon in it, or the sun in it, and I'm going to swap that out, and I'm going to use the one without the sun because I can stamp a sentiment in there, but I'm going to cover it up with this card. So first things first, make sure your cards are cut down. This is the inside of my card. And I did take a scrap. Oh, I got scraps around here somewhere, or I may not, from cutting this down. And I always cut my long way first. So this is going to be that 4 inches. And then I cut my top. Now you could rotate that around, of course, and cut that off. And this is going to be 5 1/4. So that's actually what I did with my trimmed off pieces. I put them across here. Now this has a little bit more color to it. I swear I can't cut a straight edge if I'm paid. I am being paid. I still can't cut a straight edge. Let's see. And it looks okay on here. I don't know. I don't know what square is. All right, so we're gonna put this on the front, and you take this and match it up this way. So instead of going down, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to mark my cut. Sue, how was your work week? Are you off? And your grandbabies? Okay. Close enough to perfect. Then I have a bunch of these kitty patooties. Here's a bat. Here is another sentiment, simply because we don't have, I never have enough of any one thing. Our trees, and these shared the different stamp sets that I took them out of. And our deer is going to go flat. Make sure to do this over the craft mat so you keep glue where you want to keep glue. And here's our deer. Oh, fun. I love recitals. I'll do Sarah Grace is into the recitals and things. She ended up having to miss one though because she bummed her knee out pretty badly. I'm going to get in and get an MRI and find out how bad that child has hurt herself. Okay, so I have 2 trees here, but this tree is going to go on top of that tree. So I'm going to just kind of flip this over so I can see where I need to put my foam dots. I have some itty bitty ones around here somewhere on the desk. A little up here. 1 week left. We have a couple weeks. We're not out till the 14th of June. So, but we have almost a 2-week break. So there's some definite differences. This is from the ephemera pack that has all of these different sayings in here. I wish that they'd make one that like had a ton of thank yous, thanking of you. Oh, that's good. Your work was good. Jeff still has a job, so we celebrate. Every week that he still has a job is a good week. This is one that you can do with your customers, Maureen, that doesn't require a lot of stamping if you have somebody, shaky hands people. I have a couple of those. And 11 days left for you, die. Is Angela done with her nursing stuff, or is she still in school? Can't remember what she was going to do. Well, I know what she was going to do. I just don't remember what her work schedule is going to be. Now, I looked at this and kind of went, all right, I want these to kind of line up along that. So I went and did that. Then I showed you that these are going to go over the top of that deer, but down a little bit, you know, closer to the bottom. So you're still going to need a dimensional down there. I swear. Shaky, yeah, shaky. I have some of my folks that are shaky hands now, you know, we're just getting old. Are you getting shaky hands, Di? I know we've talked about it before. So here's my little deer peeking out. This is a good masculine card for those of us who do have some guys in our life that we need to do. The reason why this is glue on top is that this will cross over my black trees. So I don't need a dimensional on the top because that will make it. That's great. I made the mistake, Maureen, of going gung-ho and just cut everything in half right away, and I wished I hadn't, because I ended up, there's some Z-fold cards that look pretty cool and stuff like that. I wish I had done it differently. Then I have these little kind of clay brown. She'll be a nanny. Awesome. Good for her. Oops, and before I do this down, I'm going to put that there where it won't go anywhere. Yeah. Way to go, Maureen. So you might really want to take a look at that ephemera pack die, because it has all sorts of different sentiments in there. Christmas, you know, get well, sympathy. It is like everything. And if you're doing the card class for next month, you can actually get half of a pack free depending on how much you order. I just want that tree to go over the top, so I am basing my placement on the placement of that tree. So we have like this pulls in everything, a nice C shape there. Yeah, you mean the world to me is going to go inside. Best wishes. I'm going to leave it blank on the inside in case you want to change it. And I snuck this cute little guy into here. I think we'll put him over here because I put this a little bit too tight to have him peeking out into there. I'll put him right there. These are another one I used my stash, and I thought they matched this brown, which is part of that copper clay retired, but I felt like the copper clay looks so good with this peach, which is, this peach is actually a pink. They call it a petal pink. It's peachy to me, but look at that. June class. yeah, the June class, I have that done and I have it posted in the group. I don't know that all the pictures are watermarked yet. I don't know if John has them done, but yeah, they're there. All right. So we have managed to get 2 cards done, right? Best wishes and thinking of you to go. All right. And our next card is this card. And this will be our last. We're going to go a little bit long because I actually want to try and get these cards made and given away to you guys. So here's our card sample that we're going to do. I don't need that. You could put this on the back of here and put your sentiment, since this is a complete card. Basically a card done inside out. Okay. Okay, we need some birds, and we need to do those birds in Night of Navy. And Night of Navy is the color that you get in your little petal, not petal, spot. Either that or it's Misty Moonlight, since that's out here. So it might be Misty Moonlight. I liked the navy with this. And maybe before I cut this in half, I should have stamped it because I want my birds to look like they're flying across the pieces. I know. Thank you very much, Di. I really appreciate you being my time check. Okay, so there's my crossover. Gonna go up. Now, I do love that this stamp set actually kind of matches up. So it looks like your birds just keep like going up. And then if you feel like you're missing birds, need some more birds, you can use this little itty bitty bird one and fill in wherever you think that you need to fill in birds. All right. Oh, I was going to show you guys that tape. If you guys need tape for masking, this is it. And it's Post-it note, removable labeling tape. And I get the 2 inches wide by 36 feet or 36 yards. Great price. Fantastic for doing that bit where, how do I want to start with? Let's start with this. So this is going to cover the full page. I did not trim any bit of it off. At our class, at our paper pumpkin party class that we did some masking and some embossing just to do some fun stuff. All right, there's that. Then you're going to take your 2 panels here, and I did cut them down, but I did the same thing that I did earlier where I left the border right here. I wanted to, yep, that's the way this goes. Maybe easier to do it this way so that you make sure you have this going right up to that line and you have that edge. I don't know why I did it that way. This will give me at least 3 cards to give away. I like to do 3s. Then open this up and marry that up. So now it's going to fold like this, but when you open it, you have like this complete seam going across, which I think is so pretty. Then we're going to take this piece and we're going to marry it up. Now we do need to take 1/4 of an inch off the side of this, and I took it off this side. So when you put this in, make sure that you put the flat side up, which is probably why I ended up doing it the way I did it. This should look, yeah, it's a very different look, Maureen, from a lot of the Z folds we do. So this will now marry up exactly on top of that. And then you're going to have just a little bit of a border going around. I just think that's so pretty. And it looks like it just kind of blends in. So you want to make sure that when you're putting this on that you kind of have that going. Oh, and for heaven's sakes, this is tricky. Make sure that you only put adhesive on this side and the edge. Don't put adhesive all the way across this, because you will not be able to open the card if you do that, and that would be very sad. Okay. Then when you open this up, I don't know why these aren't in there. Oh, here's this. Is it? Whoops. Yikes, that was not meant to be. Put this down before you put your trees down. When you figure out where your trees are going to go, just will make your life a lot easier to have this in here ahead of time, in case you want to tuck the tree over, or put the tree over the top. Tucking it under was not the easiest, so put this into here. And it is completely hidden, so it's a hidden message card. And then we're going to take our trees, we're going to 3D foam tape them in here, dimensionalize them. And our embellishments are going to be, these are my smaller ones, I want to use my big ones. And play with this to see where you want to put this. On the card, it's not designed to go, it's got, you know, some fluidity to go where you think it looks good. You could hypothetically go all the way to the corner and put this in there if you wanted to, and it will work just fine. I ended up in the center because I wanted to have the best tree line that I could have. And so there's that piece. So we have this. These are gray dots. These gray dots are, gray pearls are from Stampin' Up. And I'm going to use the lighter gray because that's going to really pop out on this. And I tend to go a little overboard with embellishments. Most of you guys in my card swap know that. Which reminds me, we're going to be posting that card swap up. And so open this up. And, well, actually, I want to. Sorry, I'm thinking I got this. There we go. So now we have 3 beautiful cards to give away, right? Yay for giving away. All right. So this tack, I just want to show you, because if you use washi tape, it'll pull it up, and the blue tape doesn't, the tape that close to my heart doesn't work very well because it does not have the, so this is like an in-between tack, if you will. A little bit stronger than the stuff CTMH was selling, and a lot less damaging to cardstock than my brain died. Senior moment. I've decided I am now into senior moments a lot. So here are our 3 card giveaways. Celebrating today, best wishes, and thank you for being the person you are. Go ahead and give me some numbers between 1 and 30. Excuse me. And we'll get those mailed out. I've already got photographs of these cards done, so they just get to go out. This would actually be pretty too, and those are the two-tone sparkle gems, even though they're purple. A lot of times mountains look purple. Maureen, 16. Barbara skipping, 12. All right, Maureen, you were the first person with your number up, and you are on the spot, so you get to pick the card that you want. So just put it in the comments, because Sue, you are number 12, and you are also right on the spot. So Maureen, I don't know which card you'd like to have, and then Sue can pick hers. Is anybody else going to put a number up? Actually, that's all 5 of you guys that are watching. So, Regina, that makes you the winner because you were the closest. Sorry, Di, on this. And Regina, your card will be a mystery. And like I said, Maureen picks the first card. Di, if you can do me a favor and put Maureen, Sue, and Regina's names in the comments so I can remember who goes where. I'd appreciate that. Ladies, have a great weekend. Crossover the month. Just remember, Maureen wants this one. Got it. And then, Sue, you have a choice of 1 or 2 here. I love that we have men cards, guys. This is Maureen's. First of the month. Remember, we're at that bewitching thing where they drop the reports, and I don't get reports until the 6th day. In June, we will be doing things a little bit differently because I am going to be traveling the last 2 weeks. Okay, so Sue will let me know which one of these that she wants. All right, ladies, thank you so much, and I will see you guys on Monday. Yes. Bye-bye.